Is this thing on? What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Noonchi Podcast. Bobby and Danny are here. It's always going to be us two.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so fucking... I was, for a few days, eating okay.
Mm-hmm.
Not like over the top, not being an asshole about food.
Yeah.
And then yesterday, I pretended like... What diet?
Was it a cheat day or you just kind of...
To me, I don't even call it cheating, because if that's the case, then I am a perennial cheater. You know what I mean?
Okay.
For a while. And, I just ate more than I normally did.
Uh-huh.
And this morning I felt like shit. It's the first time in a long time, like I knew that this food that I ate made me feel extra bloated.
Yeah.
I use the word extra because I'm kind of always bloated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's weird. I feel like my body is reacting to
What did you eat?
food more. So for dinner, it wasn't that bad. It was 누룽지 통닭, which is pretty much like a rotisserie chicken.
It's not even deep fried.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like the healthy version of
Right.
통닭.
With 누룽지 inside, so burnt rice. Or
Yeah.
not inside, but like on the
At
base.
the base.
right.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that stuff.
Yeah, it was good.
Did you get it with the cheese?
No.
Oh, even better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good job.
But what we did have was 쫄면.
Oh, okay.
So
you added on some carbs.
So this place here, I've been there before because everyone in Yeonnam-dong, a while back on Clubhouse,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, hey guys, I am a newbie in this area, which I wasn't, but I'm a foreigner, so I don't know what the matchips in Yeonnam-dong are.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like a Yeonnam Hongdae room.
Yeah. Yeonnam-dong, for you guys that don't know, is like basically the new hipster kind of town. It's like, if you're from LA, it's like the Echo Park, Silver Lake.
Minus the cholos, minus the gangsters, minus the Molotov cocktails.
In New York, I guess it would be like Williamsburg or
No.
Park Slope kind of
Yeah.
place. Yeah.
So
A lot of hipsters.
So people like everyone was throwing their matchips. You know what I mean? Like, when you go to you have any conversation, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people feel like they know all the go-to eateries. You gotta get this. You gotta get this, right?
Yeah.
But one of the names that came out the most was this place called 장작집.
Okay.
장작 means like logs, right? Cut. wood.
It's like a log house, log cabin kind of situation.
So they use that to cook. It's smoked. It's like rotisserie, whatever,
okay,
right?
Okay. Log house.
So it was good, but I was like, this is not like good enough for. I don't understand why people were like, this is the shit.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? And then it wasn't a date, but I met somebody. We went. I met her on Coffee Meets Bagel. And then she suggested that place.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, okay. I mean, I remember going there before. It's whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's been there a lot. That's her favorite joint. And she suggested you need to get the 쫄면.
Okay.
비빔면, right?
Those are the extra things that, it's worth going when somebody has a tip.
Yeah.
Like for us, we like that place, 한남대지, which is great just as a samgyeopsal, but really the move there is getting the 닭발 on the side.
Yeah.
And then the, what do you call it? The knife noodles, the
kalguksu.
yeah. And
Knife
putting that
noodles.
putting that into the sauce and eating that. That's like, I like those kinds of details.
So she was like, so if you guys are in Korea, I suggest 장작집, but what you got to do is order the 누룽지 통닭.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you're going to kind of cut your pieces out of the 통닭 and then wrap some of the noodles around the piece you're going to eat.
Okay.
And then I was like, okay, now totally get it.
Okay.
Bomb. Right?
Now I want to go.
Yeah. So that was delicious. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But I was with the friend DPD,
Mm-hmm.
and DPD goes, I'm not filled up yet. Right?
Okay.
And I was like,
you guys got one 통닭 to share. That's why. Right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to get two.
And I was like, okay, let's go somewhere else.
Yeah.
So we would go around Yeonnam-dong, and then we ended up at I'm overhyping it, but
Uh-huh.
to me, the best chapaghetti place in Korea. It's like a pujangmatcha,
Those are some strong words.
right?
Like a lot of places do chapaghetti.
But I think the reason why I like this place is because when it's always my samcha
Uh-huh.
go-to spot, so I'm already fucked up when I go there.
Okay, yeah.
But this time I was kind of
It's hard to-
sober,
Mhm.
but it's still really good. So we
Uh-huh.
ordered chapaghetti, but I forget that it's not one chapaghetti. They cook like 2 or 3,
Okay.
right? We already ate, right? So it's like
yeah.
this much. It's like a bowl this big, like it's
Uh-huh.
like humongous.
And then there's the fried egg on top.
2 fried eggs,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
some green onions,
Okay.
some gochugaru. I'm sure they
Is
did
that
other
all
shit.
you ordered though when you went there?
And 마른 오징어,
Okay.
dried squid,
Okay.
but I didn't touch any of it.
Okay.
I could not. We did not finish the
The
food.
chapaghetti?
Yeah.
Oh, you were that full.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I woke and then so it's in Hongdae, right?
Uh.
So DP is like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm going to walk home.
That's an episode of a Louis
Mhm.
where they call that a bang bang.
Mm-mm-mm.
Like it's you eat a big meal at one place
Uh.
and then you go to a second place to eat,
Oh,
which is
dude.
like just despicably like gluttonous.
Yeah.
So you basically pull the bang bang.
Yes.
Okay.
And I was walking from Hongdae
Mhm.
and I was just like, 2 things. I know the younger me, like, and I mean younger as in like a year ago,
Okay.
What-
Alright.
would have eaten this
Yeah.
amount. Be like, oh, that's cool.
Mhm.
But
Like the Danny that is getting personal training
yeah.
You
Goes, hey man, you need to quit doing that shit.
because it's basically you're canceling out your
Right.
your good work.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that's a normal response, Danny.
Yeah.
That's like,
That's why I was
yeah.
walking and I was like, oh, I feel like shit. And then like, it's still hot. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? It's
yeah.
humid, even at nighttime, right? So I'm walking and then I could see all the, the weather is a little bit nicer than before. So there's that trail, the old railroad track.
yeah.
Motherfuckers are
In
running,
Hongdae,
you know what I
yeah.
mean?
If people are
Everybody's
run-
jogging, right? And here I am going, fuck you guys. I just
Yeah.
overate some chapaghetti.
Right. Well, I want to tell the story about Danny. So Danny, we talked about Mad TV last time about Bobby Lee, right?
Yeah.
But then I remember you back then when you were doing the Pongo series with, not the Pongo series, the Johnny Gunn series on Mad TV, and you were playing Pongo. And basically, your move was every time you went to go shoot that the night before, you would just eat ramyeon.
Yeah.
And the next day, you'd be super bloated.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So basically,
That's what I did.
yeah, because chapaghetti is, that stuff is oil, it's fried.
Yeah.
The noodles are fried in oil, right? So, of course, you're going to feel bloated the next day having 3 chapaghettis with egg. And,
Yeah. It was,
So, I always found that funny that was your way of getting to look like Pongo. You look pretty ridiculous on that show as it was, but to know that you went the extra mile.
hey man, I take my craft seriously.
Check it out again. If you still haven't seen it, Johnny Gunn on MTV, on Mad TV, sorry.
So Bob, how was your weekend? I mean, we threw a bonus episode out last time, and people were they watched favorably. There were a lot of good comments. I mean, so far no hate comments.
Yeah, I mean,
we're not big enough to get any hate comments. You know what I mean? It's just our fans or people we know that put it up. But how you been, man?
I've been okay. Actually, I did want to bring something up before we moved on to what I did lately. But 2 episodes ago, last week we dropped 2 episodes in 1 week.
We're like
back to back.
We're trying to be ambitious. And
It was a bit much. It was a bit much.
I think it was fine.
We talked about making a T-shirt. What was it? The dog bird key, right? The keseki shirt, right? Or the keseki tea in Korean. So we actually made it. We actually made it, and we uploaded it. And thank you. We've already got some orders.
Boom.
And if you've ordered it already, thank you so much for supporting us. You're actually supporting Noonchi Podcast now in a very thoughtful way.
Yeah.
And so Danny and I were thinking about it, and we're like, you know, it's just a generic shirt. You know, it doesn't say Noonchi Podcast on it. That we actually like that. Right. We like that we put this out in the world. You know, Danny had this really fun idea, and we put it out in the world, and we're thinking, hey, let's make some more, but not like right away.
Yeah. We're not going to be assholes about it. We're probably, as of right now, we only have t-shirts. But, you know, maybe that, I don't say logo, but that print might be on other articles of clothing, possibly.
So we ordered some too. And so hopefully next week's episode, you'll see us wearing the shirts. I bought a lighter color, and Danny is always going black. So he's bought a shirt in black.
Yes. So if you guys have a chance, the link to the merch is in the description of this episode on YouTube, as well as on all the descriptions, actually. But if you watch this on YouTube, you can actually click on the link. Yeah. If not, you got to go search. Thanks again for those that bought. And
here's a tip: if you haven't read it, figured it out, if you want to purchase it outside of Korea, if you go to the very bottom of that link, actually, it should be already on the link. But if you want to buy it in Korea or Japan, you can go to the bottom of the page and click on Korean or Japanese, and then you will, or Hangul or Japanese, and then it'll take you to the Korean site, which is different. It has different shipping costs. Right. It has, You know why I'm laughing? Why? Because it's like, if you want to go order it in Korea or Japan, then go to the bottom and click Korea or Japan. To me, I'm like, I don't know. I haven't come prepared. What about Spain? There's no. So thank you guys for checking it out. And if you buy, thank you. It'll help me. You know what the money goes for? It goes for Bobby's raising a child fund, and for me buying 닭가슴살 fund. Yo, man, chicken breasts are expensive. Yeah, it's not cheap. Yeah. I think it's not a good move, but chicken breast is overrated. I don't think protein is anyway. Yeah, I don't want to argue with that about that stuff. Well, because you know how many health nuts? Yo, you go on Reddit, and then there's so many, like, everyone's idea of macronutrients and whatever, like, they believe that they're right. You know? Sure. And I'm like, yo, suck a dick. That's not your job. You know what I mean? Like I used to have in college, we used to call them athletes classes, right? It was like fucking easy A's, like athletes classes. It's like, because stereotypically athletes are dumb and they need to go graduate college. You know, they'll be in probation, right? They were like, so it's like there was an AIDS class, right? Which is like, the history of AIDS, right? And actually, the professor, I think his name is Professor Bowman. He was the model, or for South Park, one of the characters. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, so there was another athletes class, like there was the art of listening was another one, but there was one class called Phi Psi 10, right? Phi Psi 10. So physiological sciences 10. Oh, right? Okay. All right. But the title of the course was called Diet and Exercise. Okay. But the professor was fat as fuck. Okay. Right. So I wanted to, during the final, be like, the answer is don't listen to you. Right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you want your like personal trainer to be like fit looking or whatever. Yeah. So that's why I don't ever dole any sort of hair growing techniques or diet techniques. But you know what I wanted to talk about. Well, first of all, shout out to somebody who sent us a picture. Basically, they were putting peas and mayo on pizza. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right. Thanks. Yeah. And shout out to Sarah, right? Yeah. What up, Sarah? Yeah. And the caption was pineapple pizza and non-pineapple pizza eaters.
you need to drop your animosity and hate toward each other and fight this evil. And
Yeah,
it was, and
that's funny.
I go,
Yeah.
that one really made me angry.
Why did it make you angry? Because you like mayonnaise and peas on pizza?
No. Meaning like I do like mayo,
Yeah.
but mayo and peas on pizza.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that made you angry.
That made me angry.
Okay, not the whole like coming together with pineapple pizza lovers.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can. That one is another evil. That is a destructive. That is that's an evil thing that should not go on.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was like Russia and the U.S. being on the same side in World War II.
Wow.
And then afterwards, we
go
parted
back
ways.
We go back to like, yo, fuck you. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We need to join together to stop this atrocity to our culinary arts.
Right.
Enough of that shit.
Well, I actually don't remember where the photo was from. Where was that pizza being made? Was that in Korea too?
I don't know.
Okay, it did look atrocious. Like, and I'm the one that says I'll eat any kind of pizza too. So I wouldn't mind trying it, but yeah, I'm okay with that. I wanted to bring up something that I did over the weekend, which I've been planning on for quite a while now. But I bought a nose hair trimmer.
Ooh.
This is so random.
Ooh, I need one. Actually, I do need one.
You know, I've been basically plucking nose hair since I was in high school, right? And it's a chore, you know, and sometimes you forget and they start, you know, hanging out there like a jungle gym.
Yeah.
But then, you know, I first tried one because I got my deviated septum fixed last, like, what was it, November or something like that? Like October, whenever that was. And when I did that, they gave me a nose hair trimmer to get all the hair out. And I was so surprised how easy it was and how great I felt.
And it didn't hurt.
Yeah, and it didn't hurt. You know, I was nervous that like that kind of thing like will make you cry, like with tears of like pain. But I didn't buy one right away, but I knew I wanted to because the doctor said after the surgery, don't use a nose hair trimmer for many months, basically until I think they said till May.
Okay.
And I was like, how could you like introduce me to something that's amazing and say, but you can't do this for another like 6 months? You know, this is like cruel.
Right.
So long story short, like all that time passed by and I forgot to buy it in May. And it just dawned on me like this weekend, hey, I can get this now. So I went on to Coupang and I spent a lot of time like figuring out which one I wanted.
Okay.
You know, because they're different kinds.
Like what was something you look for in terms of I'm going to purchase this nose hair trimmer as opposed to the other one, aside from it being the cheapest?
Well, all right. So there was a lot to do with price because the first ones I looked up were like $80.
Ooh.
And I was like, yeah, I wonder if this is a normal price. But then every time you go, it gives you other options at the bottom of the page. I was like, wait, that one's cheaper, but it's the same one. And I kept going down the rabbit hole and until I found them to be like $10.
Right.
You know, and the cheapest ones are really the ones that I used at the doctor's office. Like they were using the ones that were like $6, $7.
Yeah.
You know, because they probably had to replace them a lot, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, that's all I need. You know, like this, I use it once and for like a month or two, I don't have to use it again, right? So, but then I was like, wait a minute. I should upgrade a little bit more.
Then
you know,
$6.
like
Okay. All right.
So I was like, so it just turned into this whole like, it should have took me 10 minutes to buy this thing, but it took me like 2 hours.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You have what do you call it? Like a hard time making firm decisions. It seems like.
Yeah, I have issues.
Yeah.
You know, so I finally settled in on 2 models. right? And then I was stupid enough to be like, I was going to ask my wife, hey, which one of these do you think I should? I didn't get there, thankfully. Right. I played it in my head how this would turn out, and she would probably get really pissed that I was spending all that time on looking for this thing. So I based it on the reviews, and I went and I saw like user reviews, especially which one had more photos and which had more like.
이거 잘 깎여요.
Yeah. So I went with the Philips 3000 nose hair trimmer.
Right? Ooh, brand name.
But the funny thing is, like, you could get just a trimmer, or you can get one that has like a travel bag and some what do you call it, like little attachments where you can shave your sideburns, kind of thing. And so I went for that because I was like, it's the same price.
Yeah. How much you spend on your
spent $15.
Hey, that's not bad.
Yeah.
$15.
$15.
Hey, we made that today.
Yeah. Dude, I just wasted 5 minutes of everybody's time talking about my process of buying a fucking nose hair trimmer. I apologize. I'm sorry. My bad. But it's the best purchase I've made in a very long time.
I can't believe you're so
That's my life.
excited about a nose hair trimmer.
Oh my gosh. I have a very, very like specific spot. I put it in the bathroom where it's like...
You're going to waste more minutes?
Okay. All right. That's it. No more nose hair trimmer talk.
I was like, wait a minute. You just apologized and you're going to go further?
Oh, shit. Sorry. My bad.
So...
Yeah.
We actually took some notes, or we have notes now, guys. We you know what, we decided, hey, let's just talk about things that I know we can possibly riff on, or we can riff on.
Yeah, let's not just shoot the shit like randomly. Yeah.
And so, also for all you listeners, if you do have things that you want us to talk about, please write in the comments, email us, whatever. Please. Right? This event happened last week, actually. It was right after we recorded, and I was like, I fucking wanted to talk about this, right? Mm-hmm. But basically, this older actor, a dude in his 70s, super famous, right? His son's even famous, Hajamu, right? Yeah. But actor Kim Young-gun sued by woman claiming he pressured her to abort their child, right? Now, that doesn't sound that crazy, right? But a 36-year-old woman who says she is pregnant with Kim Young-gun's baby is suing the 76-year-old actor for allegedly pressuring her into getting an abortion. Yeah. That's 40 years difference. Yeah. And when I thought that, I said, yo, at 76... he still got swimmers. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Respect.
That is some crazy shit. Yeah. I know Kim Young-gun, she has two sons, Ha Jung-woo and another...
who's a friend of mine, actually.
Yes. But he was like, yo, I gotta know. Like, you know what I mean? So, hey, big...
Well, I was interested in the article. You sent that to me, and I was like, because I'd like to know what this is about. It's considered a scandal in Korea, right? But it wasn't a secret that he had he was dating someone that young. They were dating for 13 years or something like that.
It was a secret.
It was a secret. Oh, this is how it came out?
The woman told Dispatch that she had been seeing Kim in secret for 13 years. Okay. And now he wants me to erase our child.
Oh no, but then also in the article it's saying that no, he took responsibility afterwards, and he said let's have the baby. Yeah, right. Yeah, and so now it's like, yeah. I mean, I'm trying to see it like give him the benefit of the doubt for some reason, but you know, it seemed like they were in a relationship for 13 years, and it wasn't just some like crazy like night where they. Grandpa and some kid.
But you know, so like if she was 36, she's 36 now.
Yeah.
They dated for 13 years. Yeah. So she was like 23
when they first dated. Yeah, when they first dated.
23, 24.
And so he was like 63. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
If he's 76, right? So, wow. Either she's really into older men or she's into very famous older men, right? A little bit of both, maybe. Or maybe just she's into famous people. I don't want to go into like,
She give me mine when I'm in need. No, but here's my thought. Number one, there's a lot of parents that tell their kids, like, for example, like Dongwon, one of the comedians, and I've heard this from my mom too. Like, I want you to meet or marry someone like me, right? So I'm assuming similarly, the father to their daughters would be like, you should meet or marry someone like me to this girl.
Okay.
Right? And this girl took it too literally.
That's not, it's possible that 76, 30. Yeah, that's like, no, not your dad. That's your grandfather in some cases, no?
No, that's 30. Hey, man, what 30-year-old grandfather you know?
Well, okay, wait.
40-year-old grandfather you know. What 40-year-old grandfather you know?
So 36 years difference, right? He's 76. That means she was 36. Born when he was 40.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, so he technically could have had
40-year-old grandfather
he could have had a 20-year-old son. Or
possible.
She could have had a 20-year-old father. Right? And then the grandfather was 40 years old, right? At her birth. So
I mean, it is possible. Mathematically, it's possible, right?
But then again, I had a kid when I was 40.
Yeah. So I would be like, I mean, I'm also thinking like, let's say, when like you meet your boyfriend or girlfriend's parents, and she bring up, 남자친구야, right? It's fucking this 아저씨, like. Even
형님.
He can't be like 자네 or fucking Kim Sobang or whatever. He has to be like, 안녕하세요.
Well, my mom's 79 now, right? Or something like that. So, yeah, technically, it's like if my mom was dating like a 36-year-old,
me,
and I meet, it's like me meeting like. Yeah, that'll be. Oh my gosh! Why did I bring up that scenario? Jeez.
I'd be like, so you call me Appa?
That's so great.
No, so it got me to think. Like, would you be able to date anyone that's 30 years and up? I mean, obviously you're married and have kids now, but in your prime, given that there was a time, and I don't know if it still exists, that you like ajumas.
Yeah, right? I mean, love has no age, no. To a certain extent, I believe that I could. Here, a good example is David Foster and Catherine McPhee. Is that her name? Like, she's younger than his daughters, and they accept her as their stepmom because their relationship seems to make sense. Like, I don't know, we don't know them personally, but like for that family, apparently, that relationship makes sense.
I mean, that's why I'm saying you yourself. Don't be like whatever fucking Catherine. I don't give a fuck. Like you, Bobby Choi, me, because I'm thinking, all right, who's in that range, right? Like,
okay.
And I mean, obviously, if it's someone that's like 40-year-olds older than you, then
I don't know. Like for me, if I would date someone that much older, so I'm 44 now or 43, so 36 years older than that is
40. This is an easy 40.
80. Right? If I dated an 80-year-old, that would be like dating who's 80.
I don't know.
Betty White.
Betty White. Yeah.
She's probably 90, so maybe like pull back a little bit. I would date Helen Mirren. Or Bo Derek. Or...
right now.
Yeah. Beautiful women. Yeah. I find them both really incredibly attractive.
Obviously, I'm sure they've went way past menopause, but like...
I mean, for me, it's like...
Would you...
As long as I like pizza, because my wife and I we do that more than anything else.
No, I mean, I think to me, like maybe in terms of like things in common, like having a great time in terms of conversation.
Yeah.
Like, hobbies.
Yeah.
Like that might work. But I'm talking about physical, intimate, like shit.
I don't know. Like for me, that's kind of gone out the window in a lot of ways because I'm just like breaking down physically. So,
is that a good thing? I mean, like my question to you is, I think it actually goes into further.
I mean, Hajim's dad clearly got someone pregnant, so he's getting, Yeah. So
no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that. Okay, my question is, how important is sex drive in your life?
Oh man, this one's tough to talk about just because my wife doesn't listen to this podcast.
Right. No, so but like for me, I'm thinking like, obviously me working out and all that stuff to be healthier.
Yeah, it's
a big part of it.
Yeah,
but there's also a big part of going, I want to look a little bit better for the opposite sex.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like indirectly, you know what I mean? I'm eating chicken breasts.
Yeah.
To get laid. Right?
Okay.
Right? You know what I mean? Like that's a thought process of like, is sex drive a good thing or a bad thing? Because like some people will go a little crazier and be like super like, if they can't control their horniness, they can start doing illegal shit. But like, sometimes I go, would it be much easier for me if I didn't have a sex drive? And I say, yeah. Like, but I wouldn't accomplish anything. You know what I mean? I would just live like, I would much rather just be like an average butterball looking motherfucker, right? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. This is so weird. I have a hard time talking about my sex life in general.
Have you watched granny porn?
I've seen it. I've seen it like not by choice, but I'll be honest about it.
Okay.
Like
you watched it and then so you didn't finish. Did you?
No.
Did you skip?
Like that.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Nothing like that.
Oh. So. The reason why I bring this up about sex drive and horniness or whatever, I mean, I really do feel it too. But yesterday, before I went to sleep, my YouTube algorithm took me into a very interesting rabbit hole. I'm going to give him a shout out. There is a YouTuber named Thoughty2. Right. Yeah. And the YouTuber, like, he does a lot of like biographical information. It's good for me to just kind of turn it on and I don't even need to look at the visuals, right? And so I came across this one called The Psychopath That Made Your Breakfast. Right. And I was like, oh, this is interesting. Like, oh, I don't eat breakfast, but okay. So it talks about the Kellogg family, cornflakes, Frosted Flake, Kellogg's.
Like every cereal you could think of is probably made by Kellogg's.
Right.
It's even reached Korea. Like all the main cereals, right? Even are like.
I'm sure there's other ones.
They have Post.
But so here's brief backstory. I'm not, if you want to go check it out, go search for it. But so the Kellogg family, the parents, they were like hardcore Seventh-day Adventists. And I'm not trying to shit on their religion or whatever their beliefs, but to a point where after the oldest son, John Kellogg, became like a doctor, the whole Seventh-day Adventist organization in that area decided to give him a sanitarium.
Okay.
And make him the lead of that sanitarium, right? So sanitarium is not just like a psychiatric ward, but like it can be a spa, it can be like a retreat to feel better, like a hospital.
Seventh-day Adventist is very, very super conservative, kind of. It's like a sect of Protestantism, Adventism?
Man,
I don't know. I don't know all the.
Whatever.
I think my cousins are Seventh Day Adventists, but
so
they worship on Saturdays,
yes,
right?
Yes.
And then they don't eat certain meats. So they're vegetarian.
Right,
anyway,
right.
Going on.
So John Kellogg, who is the leader of this, it was called Battle Creek Sanitarium, right? And a lot of famous people came to just kind of have a retreat there. Like
this is back in the 60s, 50s?
1800s.
Oh my God. Oh wow, they're that old, that family?
Yeah. Or 1800s, like late 1800s.
Holy
cow. So Edison went to Battle Creek.
Oh, really?
To just chill out, right? You know, those types of people. Henry Ford.
Yeah.
By the way, I went through a dive with him. But anyway, so John Kellogg, the oldest brother, he was so hardcore in his beliefs that he believed that a sex drive was the root of all evil.
Okay.
Right. And he believed that sugars, booze, caffeine, tobacco, meat were all triggers for sexual sex drive. Right.
It's like what do you call like the Pennsylvania Dutch what do you call the
Amish?
The Amish. Yeah. It's like the Amish.
So he believed that fucking is only for procreation.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
That's the only thing you do. And I go, if that was the only thing, then why did you make it so fun? Right? But anyway, so like he also did experiment. This is where it gets kind of crazy, where he would like, in order to experiment with young boys, he would circumcise them at a later age. So that it would, every time they thought about their like masturbating, like the pain would trigger them to stop checking, like the trauma of that, right?
Okay.
You know, or if
he's creating stigma,
right? Or if that didn't happen, then he would actually like a chastity belt. Like he went as far as sewing the foreskin over the pee hole.
Oh my God!
You know what I mean? Like that hardcore, right? Same goes for women, right? So like he would like throw acid on the clit so that like they couldn't, like hardcore shit, right? And again, strict diets, vegan, like no sugar, no nothing, right?
Yeah.
So
wait, no sugar, no for a cereal?
Yeah.
The guy that created cereal,
basically. Yeah. So what happened was, so the older brother John, he's like this fucking crazy, trying to be pious, holy, like you know, he's
there's another brother,
and then he's a doctor, and so he quote unquote invented wellness, like in terms of like light therapy, where if you have diabetes or whatever, you'd go into a room. It's kind of like a tanning bed, right? And then like light therapy would help you cleanse that away. And then like enemas, like yogurt enemas. right. You know what I mean? For someone
Kellogg's enema.
Right? Isn't that funny? Like, so for someone that goes, hey man, you can't get horny, he's shoving fucking shit in your asshole, right? But then so his younger brother, William Kellogg, was like always being abused, not sexually, but like physically abused and kebushi by the older one.
His brother.
Right? Like he would, like as kids, they would beat him, and like he was basically his assistant, giving him like shitty work at the sanitarium. And one of his jobs was to make the breakfast, which was like hardcore, not delicious granola. Right? You know what I mean? And to a point where some people, it was so hard that some people, they chipped their tooth while they're eating it. And so, you know, they complained, but, you know, the older Kellogg's like, you know, hey, this is for your well-being. You know what I mean? So one day, out of a mistake, the younger Kellogg left the yeast out and came back. And it was, oh shit, like I was supposed to make granola, but I left the yeast out too much, right? And so he was like, fuck it, nobody's gonna know. And he made the same thing and it became flaky, like flakes. Right? And then so they fed it to without any sugar or whatever. But people were like, wow, this is really good. This is better than the shit that we're eating before that are fucking up our teeth.
This is interesting. Okay.
Right? Now, older Kellogg is like, just like, hey, I don't know what you did, but like,
Throw it out.
no, just this is it.
Okay.
Right? Younger brother's like, hey man, like this shit's pretty good. Like if we went and then we fucking put some sugar on this stuff,
Yeah.
which my brother's not gonna allow,
Yeah.
like we're gonna make a killing, motherfucker, right? So younger brother finally goes, all right, older brother,
Yeah.
fuck you, I'm out of here. Right?
Oh, good old Billy Kellogg.
Right. So Billy Kellogg, right, decides to take his recipe and start his own factory, and within a year was killing it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
And to a point where older Kellogg was like, how dare you use the Kellogg name for something that's selling like sugary shit. Right.
Wait, was that against his religion too? Like this sugary?
Yeah, because my food's supposed to not make you masturbate and get horny. Right? You know what I mean?
Cereal makes you masturbate and get horny? That's his belief?
That's his belief. Like sugar and that kind of like you need to eat like...
He believed that sugar was an aphrodisiac, basically. Okay.
So you're not supposed to make sugary cornflakes.
Damn. So that is basically the Kellogg Wars.
Yeah, the Kellogg and older brother Kellogg is a giant ass cockblock, right? And so
that's interesting.
So they sued each other for the right to use the Kellogg name, right?
Yeah.
Because we have one dude where famous people like Edison and them, former presidents,
getting yogurt enemas,
yogurt enemas, right, on this side, and then we have younger brother, who's making fucking cornflakes and killing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so eventually, younger brother won.
Yeah.
And so he got,
of course,
to use,
well, clearly, dude, we should have, we should we do this show on YouTube called Badass of the Week,
right?
In Korean,
and
it's also a podcast if you want to listen to it if you're Korean and you like those kind of things. But we do cover like badasses. Every week, basically. You should do one on this guy, on Billy Kellogg.
Billy Kellogg, when I saw that, I was like, "Hey, good on you! He made a killing." Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
But him and his brother, after this, obviously the lawsuit, never talked to each other again. Right?
Yeah. Okay.
And on his deathbed, older Kellogg, right? Stale Kellogg, right? Stale Kellogg wrote like this like long ass letter to give to his younger brother about trying to like make
on his deathbed.
On his deathbed.
Okay.
But here's the thing: the assistant of Stale Kellogg, was like, "That's our enemy. I'm not going to give it to him."
Oh, really?
Never gave it to him.
Oh, right? Really? Okay.
And then on Billy Kellogg's deathbed, somehow news got to him that his brother was trying to reconcile.
Oh, really?
On his deathbed.
Oh, okay.
And he's like, why the fuck did no one tell me this shit?
Oh, yeah, that sucks.
So it's a sad ass ending to the origins of Kellogg was to make you not masturbate.
That's very interesting. Danny, I love how you
which goes back to sex drive. Right? You know what I mean?
Way to circle back.
So I'm thinking to myself, like, if I ate like adult cereal, you know what I mean? I have kids cereal and adult cereal. I love kids cereal.
Kids cereal being like Choco, like Choco Puffs,
Lucky Charms, Captain Crunch, like, even Frosted Flakes.
Cocoa Puffs, my bad, Choco Puffs. I'm thinking Choco something else. Anyway.
All of them. What is it? Cookie Crisp. Like,
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Fruit Loops.
Yes, those are all like kids stuff, right?
Yeah.
And then adult shit is like Special K. Or like,
grape nuts.
That kind of shit.
I love grape nuts, actually.
So my thing is like, I'm thinking, I've never bought adult cereal in my life.
Really? You never
even
bought
as an
K?
adult, I would never buy Special K. If I had the chance to eat cereal, I'd be like, I'm going to eat shit that's
sugary.
Gonna make me horny, I guess. So I would always get like
you know what I would do?
Honey Nut Cheerios probably was the closest, but not really.
what I would do, I bought like regular Cheerios over that, but I always mixed and matched. So I would always get the healthy stuff, but I'd also get like the unhealthy stuff. But because I felt bad of just having a bowl of sugary cereal, I always mixed it with the Special K or with the grape nuts or whatever, just to make myself feel a little bit more healthier.
Is that why my sex drive is a lot higher than yours? You think?
There's probably more reasons than that, but
no. So yeah, I mean, that's, to me, that was interesting, was that like, I mean, it all really ties into the concept of sex drive. To me, is that, like, you know, I'm always curious. Like, I want to ask my father, but I just don't know how to bring it up. Is like, you still horny, dog?
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean? Like, I want to be like, I just do fucking, you know, because like, you know, there's a part of me that goes, I think that's the animalistic side of you that should always be there. Yeah. Until you go, you know what, the human side of you. Because
I mean, I want to know if our listeners have relationships with their fathers that are of you know, an older age, if they can ask those kinds of questions. Like my dad passed when he was 59 or 60. And I was 18 at the time. So I didn't really talk to him much growing up. So I've never had the chance to ask him anything like that. So.
I mean, I think out of all the people around me, I'm probably the one that would be cool enough to ask my father.
Yeah. I mean,
would you? One time in college, I was, and it was in like late at night. I was watching I Am Sam.
I Am Sam, yeah.
I fucking start crying.
Yeah, that's a tearjerker.
At like 3 in the morning, I call my father.
Yeah.
Papa, I love you.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
okay.
At 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
He's like, you on drugs, motherfucker? Right? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, why are you calling me at this?
Yeah.
But, you know, so I think I can ask. But, yeah, because I'm trying to do an experiment where is it possible to think about sex less during the day? For me.
An experiment. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Oh, you think about it often?
Often.
Yeah.
Like, pretty much, maybe, let's say I'm awake for 16 hours.
Yeah.
8 hours, 9 hours.
Really? That's... Wow. Like, okay.
I mean, not like just consistently.
I have a question for you.
8 hours straight, but like, you know, it's there's a lot of like checking people out.
Okay.
And in my mind going,
oh, that counts. Like if like you're walking during lunch and you see like,
checking people out, and in your mind you go, Then
okay. that counts as like, okay. I have a question for you. This is somewhat related, but how do you ask somebody that you want to have sex without having to say you want sex? I've seen this on Reddit and stuff.
How to ask them?
Yeah. Like what could you say to somebody that's gonna make them, you know, what can
turn
you say?
them on, or just give them a clue?
A clue, yeah, a clue. How do you say you want sex without having saying I want sex? Is basically the question.
Mine would be just fucking kind of graphic.
Kind of graphic?
Yeah.
Oh, so you just like okay.
My penis needs somewhere warm, and I think your throat is the right place to put it.
Oh my god. Okay. Oh, I thought you, because
like that.
So that this is what got me. There's this. So basically, you would have to know. Yeah, it's a reference. So I don't think anyone's gonna get this. Maybe a couple of people, but basically, all you need to say is, one time I was backpacking in Western Europe. And so basically, I'm sorry, this is a stupid segue, but in Friends, there's an episode like that. There's like this super sexy story that Joey made up that gets people really horny, and they end up having sex. So I thought maybe you had known. I was trying to test you.
I'm not a super Friends like fanatic.
Okay,
Even though I went to
your time.
Even though I went to the series finale.
I know. Yeah, that's pretty amazing. Every time now I watch like those, because they have the specials about the last episode, and I'm always looking and stopping the.
This is Danny
the YouTube page or like the video. Like I'm looking for Danny. Like
so, you know what? I think what we should do. There's podcasts like there's one called Your Mom's House with Tom Segura and Christina.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They're married, but they have like inside jokes and random phrases that has gotten to a point where now their fans
are using
it and terrorizing.
Okay.
Other people podcasts, I mean, or comments
with inside jokes.
So Tom Segura has something about fucking with Garth Brooks.
Okay.
Right. Just
so random.
I don't know about hating him, but like just kind of likes to tease him.
Okay.
Tom Segura fans, which are a lot of people, are terrorizing Garth Brooks on Instagram.
Okay.
But using like the Your Mom's House lingo.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, like high and tight or like, just random phrases. You know what I mean? So that's why we at the Noonchi Podcast need to come up with a phrase that both men and women can use to signal you want to bone.
Oh, okay. Well, let's do that now. Let's try to think of a.
So, I mean, I think also the
dog bird key.
Nice. Dog bird key.
Yeah, something like that. On that note about like terrorizing other people, like, what's funny is like, if you go to like Peter J's Instagram or something and just do a random comment on any of his posts, like there's so much I could terrorize him. But one that's not so terrorizing, but is an inside joke between him and I, is all you have to do is write a comment, Wu-Tang shorts. Just say Wu-Tang shorts on a comment for Pedro. And he's going to be like, what? Bobby?
Wu-Tang shorts. Actually, I have
inside jokes.
I think I have. It's not even that random. I think it's kind of beautiful. The let's have sex.
What is that? What's the?
Let's look in the same direction.
So it's like a doggy style?
Yes. That's the code word.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's look in the same direction.
Yeah.
Isn't that trashy?
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to meet somebody that we can not just see eye to eye, but also see, we'll say we have similar paths.
What is that in Korean? 같은 족 같이 보자.
같은 방향.
같은 방향. Direction. Yeah.
Okay. So, what do you think? It was not bad?
I think we could do better.
You can do better?
We can do better.
Dog bird key. We should do a poll. Dog bird key or let's look in the same direction. If not, miscellaneous, you guys come up with some stuff.
Yeah, this needs some more. We'll have it next time.
Yeah.
The conversation has to keep going in the comments. So let's do that.
I mean, the Cholo way back in the days, I don't know if it still exists now, but was vamos a, you know how like cholos they can whistle, they're expert whistlers, right? So they'd be like, hey, vamos a, because can mean anything. Don't mean just like let's fuck. Can be like let's go to the beach, let's party or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So vamos a was I remember when I was like 15 and I went to Mexico with some friends from the neighborhood. And they told me, hey, Sleepy, vamos a means anything.
So. Well, for Noonchi Podcast listeners, let's do something like this. Just the keyword is mayo and pea pizza.
Boo.
Like,
boo.
Pineapple pizza.
Man, that
pineapple pizza.
That'll get my dicks. That would what John Kellogg wants, what stale Kellogg wants. Fuck all that. Yeah.
Yogurt enema.
Oh my god, let's go yogurt. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. All right.
God. All right. We've taken too much time of your time. We gotta wrap this one up. What are we gonna call this episode, Danny?
Jeez.
So many
cornflakes equals no fap.
Well, that is too difficult.
Oh.
I don't know what that's just too much.
Have you never heard of no fap like November or whatever?
No. What's fap?
It means no jacking off for November. It's
Really? I've never heard of that.
Oh, there's a movement of no fapping.
Oh, I've never heard of that. Yeah. It's like, what is that called? Marriage? I don't know. It's a little bit too much information. But
I would ask you, you're just not going to answer it here. Right?
Yogurt enema. That'll be the name of this episode, or it could be peas and yogurt enema.
Yogurt enema.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, guys. All right. Thanks a lot. Buy a t-shirt. Jeez.
Later.
Give us a... Yeah. Okay. Later. Peace.